What's up, everyone? This is Zarianah, your Upland newbie, bringing you an episode of What's Up Upland. In this episode, I'll be talking about what's up in Upland. I'll be talking about why I'm no longer selling in Upland, and I'm going to talk about why we should help some visitors level up. Newbies, stick around for my tips on why you should give the hunt a go. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, Upland contest. This isn't exactly an official Upland contest, but you can earn crypto. So this is a pretty cool opportunity. What's up in Upland is not always going to be announced in Upland, and maybe that's because it's not official, or maybe it's just because they don't want to talk about ETH. I don't really know. But there is a contest, and it's called Upland Wealth Building Writing Contest. What they're doing is giving away a pool of ETH that consists of 1,200 ETH, with different people getting certain amounts, which I'll talk about next. So you're probably wondering, where is this contest? Well, it's on publish0x.com, and it's open until Sunday, May 1st, 2022. And what's happening is the top 8 to 18 posts will be awarded between that 1,000 ETH is going to go to those people, and then 100 ETH will be awarded to people as the judges see fit. 50 ETH will go to people who are authors who have not won before, and then 50 ETH will go to people who are a part of the Twitter portion of the contest. If you're on the Twitter contest part, you'll actually have to already have 20 followers and 10 posts already within the last year, and your account has to be at least 30 days old. So that's what's up in Upland as far as contests going on that I think are pretty cool that people should know about. If you got some writing skills or even YouTube skills, you should try to be a part of that. Okay, so the contest is actually about how to build wealth in Upland, and I think there's some amazing articles that people should definitely check out. One of them being mine. So if you want to read about what I think on how to build wealth in Upland, head over to my link that's just there over there below. It's right there, https://www.publish0x.com little a, =, little z like Z, capital P like Paul, little d like dog, little y like yellow, little w like with, capital J like Jack, capital K like kick, number 7, little a like apple, and then capital Q like Quincy. So that's my link anyways. Go over there, check out my blog, and give it a thumbs up, please. Help me win the contest, because I'd like to win some ETH. But for those of you who don't want to head over there, here's my tip. You can build wealth by playing, winning, and connecting. To get the details, though, head on over to that site, publish0x.com. Check out other people, what they have to say. If you're new, definitely go check out what people have to say on building wealth in Upland. Okay, so collecting NFTs. People probably are questioning, if Upland's worth investing into. So what I want to comment on is the fact that many Upland players actually already have a history of being collectors. They've collected things like cars, comics, coins, you name it. So pretty much everyone knows that if you're a collector, you won't hesitate to drop some of your cash on things that you collect. That's just what collectors do. So there's not really a big difference between people who collect comic books and people who collect NFTs. And so if you're really wondering if Upland's worth investing in, just kind of keep in mind that sports fans, just that culture alone, spend so much money on souvenirs, things they like from their sports, and NFTs are now a part of that. So the fact that Upland has already partnered with the NFLPA to sell NFL interactive legits in Upland that's a huge thing. That's drawing in people who like sports into Upland and to spend money on these legits. So right now, Upland is like Bitcoin when it was, growing and just beginning. And before it reached this peak, So think of that and think, okay, if you could have gotten in on Bitcoin, how many Bitcoins would you have gotten? What would you have done? Upland is like that. It's on its rise. It has not reached its peak yet. And right now, people getting in have, some serious potential to see great growth and value in their NFTs. This is not financial advice, but I'm just saying that's just what I think. And if you could have gotten in on Bitcoin, and you would have, don't have those regrets by not getting in right now into Upland. All right. So why I took all my properties off the market. Just kind of thinking along the same lines of just, having foresight and wanting to think ahead and plan ahead. I decided it was my best move right now to take all my properties off the market. I've been studying the sales in Upland and seeing how they rise, seeing how they decline, knowing how they're going to fluctuate when new cities open. I've just been thinking about that and where the value has been for certain cities, especially the New York cities, and like where they're at right now, just within a few months. And I can see that it's probably worth my patience to hold out, especially because I have a lot of Los Angeles and a bit of Queens now. And I believe those are going to be very desirable NFTs, because if you think about it, these Uplands, what makes it so unique as a game and special is that these NFTs are based on real property locations, and there's only a finite number of them. So because of that, once these cities are minted out and players continue to get into Upland, they're going to want to buy in LA. Who won't? You just know it's LA, it's California. So people are going to want to go there, and people are going to want to Manhattan and San Francisco. They're going to want to go to these places. So having the properties and, holding them and waiting for people who really want to get into these areas, but they can't without buying from people in the secondary market, that's going to be huge. So I think, I'm not going to sell what I find very valuable collectibles for pennies when I can wait to sell them for, hundreds of dollars. So, best of luck to everybody who just wants a quick flip. But I've decided to stop selling. So don't forget, I just dropped my phone. Don't forget, everybody, that there is a daily login bonus and you can earn Spark. Right now, we're in the second week. Upland did say they would announce when they're going to stop doing this. So hopefully right now we can still look forward to another week, unless they just tell us, tomorrow that they're going to be stopping it. But just try to aim for logging in and getting that free Spark. If you're wondering what you want to do with your 0.01 Spark and you don't feel like going through the hassle of rinsing it out, feel free to go ahead and park your Spark at my address over at 17405 Castillo Mare, I believe that's the pronunciation, Drive, Pacific Palisades. It's in LA, but you do not have to be in LA to stake at that property. You can be anywhere in Upland and still stake at my address with your Spark. So if you're so inclined, feel free. I do want to talk about a subscriber campaign giveaway. It's being sponsored by some very nice people there on Discord, Scotch and Soda Gallery. You can follow them on Twitter, and please do further this contest at my Scotch and Soda, and that's what their Twitter handle is. So follow them. Follow me on my YouTube channel, and then you'll be eligible if you also just leave a comment saying that you've done that you followed me on YouTube and you subscribed and you want to win. That's all you have to say. You've subscribed and you want to win. Do that, and you have a chance at winning an actually pretty cool NFT that is going to be given out by Scotch and Soda. You do have to have a Wax wallet to receive these, so if you haven't got one, they're free to set up. You should go ahead and set them up. I believe I'm pretty sure I set mine up for free. So yeah, At any rate, Scotch and Soda, what they are is an experimental NFT project that showcases established and emerging NFT artists in a mixed reality setting. And you can check them out on Second Life. It's a metaverse. It's pretty cool. I actually just started discovering that kind of metaverse. I hadn't actually checked it out before. So do check them out and subscribe for a chance to win a card from Star Cards, Death Star puzzle piece cards. So there's one pictured right up there right there. You can see it kind of pretty awesome art. And you can be one of 4 people if you give this a go. So thanks to Scotch and Soda and everybody else who subscribes. All right, so I'm on a mission to help visitors level up. There are a lot of players who get into Upland who maybe just cannot actually afford to invest in the game. And I know that sounds like, oh, well, who can't put in $5? But some people are, just can't, or they don't want to. They're not ready to spend on a game. They want to see that they can actually earn something first before they're willing to put their money into it. So I don't want to lose those players. As a player who loves Upland and who sees players come into the new player chat and kind of be a little upset that no one's visiting their properties, I feel bad for them. So here's what happens is that these people who don't want to pay money into the game, a lot of times they mess up when they get in here. They don't do any research. And so because of that, they don't start with a referral code. They don't know that there's promotional codes like mine out there where you can start for 6,000 UPIX. And they don't know that they can get extra UPIX in the game by completing certain tasks and filling in collections to get bonus UPIX that will help them reach the 10,000 net worth that they need to be in order to actually sell properties and also to buy properties from other people. The only thing visitors can do is mint properties. So that's kind of a bummer when they realize that they can't sell their properties and actually start making other income without first reaching this 10,000 net worth. So the way to really do that, if you're trying to play for free, is to jump in, mint super cheap when best at city openings when you can really mint super cheap properties. When you do that, you can basically get 3 properties on the same street and fill in collections for your newbie for just owning 1 property, fill in a collection for owning 3 properties in that city, and then fill in collections for King of the Street where you have 3 properties on the same street. After you've gotten those bonuses and you're still new and the FSA minting floor is pretty cheap, you can then go grab 2 more properties and then claim bonuses for City Pro, which is the 5 properties in the same city. So if you did all that and you also collect your visitors 300 UPIX for logging in, you'd be very close eventually to actually reaching 10,000 UPIX really quickly. But if you didn't do that, which a lot of people don't do, they are then on to this slow grind. It's called the slow grind because what people are doing is relying on people to visit their properties, and they're going to try to collect SIN fees to get to that 10,000 net worth. That's a lot of visits. So if you have, especially if you're trying to be reasonable with your SIN fees or your visitors fees, because charging too much will make people not want to visit you. And then if you're charging too little, it's going to be even slower process. So I suggest just charging in the middle of the SIN fees that you can send, which they vary, but which depending on the city that you're in. So what I would like to do is say it's possible for these visitors to reach Uplander status if enough people are willing to visit them. So I am trying to reach out to my viewers out there to say, hey, go over to the Upland official Discord channel and go to their hashtag visits channel and look for people who are in your city that you could potentially visit to pay it forward and help them out. Because if a lot of us get into doing this, then these visitors can actually get leveled up and maybe stick around and really enjoy Upland and become our future neighbors, and we'll look out for them and maybe they'll look out for us in the future. So that's that. Help out those visitors, please. Okay, so my new player tips. Begin the hunt. I know treasure hunting isn't for everyone, But not everyone will actually know if treasure hunting is their thing until and unless they have given the hunt a go. So new players, you should attempt the free standard solo hunt every day. Do not go beyond 3 paid sends unless you get that red flashing arrow, because then you know you're kind of close and it might be worth it. Otherwise, you're going to be paying a lot of sends, and you're going to probably not win as much as you put out, and you'll be losing epics. So don't do that. Practice does make perfect, and perfection pays off with treasure hunting in Upland. In theory, a player should win a little spark within 20 treasure hunts. That means like 1 out of every 20 hunts should afford you a win of spark, hopefully, a little bit. And over time, a little bit of spark, 1 each time, adds up to a lot of value over time. So get in, begin the hunt, and enjoy Upland. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe, going over to Twitter and follow at My Scotch and Soda, and tell them, yeah, I want to win. I'm interested in, finding more out about star cards, and may the 4th be with you. So talk to you all later. I'll see you in Upland.